The purpose of this warm-up quiz is to get students working as soon as the tardy bell sounds. It also provides students with practice on previous math topics. This timer will count down for them to begin the quiz in class. The warm-up quiz answers are coming up next after all students have picked up their paper at my desk, where I have photographed each one. The answers are 34, 47, 35, 16, 766. Those are 5 points each. For the bonus, -1, -15, 1, 9, -27. And the lottery is 1, 9, 5, 1, 2. The following are the solutions to the previous school day's homework. Students will get 100 points if they show all work for all problems. Students will get extra points for any correct answers they obtain. All student work is photographed before they check their own paper. The answers to number 1, 4.5 or -10.5. Don't forget you had to round to the 10th place for your answers. Number 2 is 0.9 or -2.9. Number 3 is no solution. 4 is 4 or -3. 5 is -2 or 1. 6 is -4 or -5. 7 is -2 or -3. 8 is no solution. 9 is 0.9 or -1.5. 10, 8, or 4. The following are extra credit answers for the assignment that was given as extra credit with the previous homework assignment. The objective is to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. The following is an example problem. The problem is -2x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. What is the first thing that I do for this problem? And it just happens to be Stickler.
Yeah. First you got to put down that problem, like the formula, right?
That's right. You put the formula down. So we'll give him a point for that. And the formula is -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. What is the next thing that I should do? Carver. Plug in the numbers, that's right. So he gets a point. And before I plug in the numbers, here's another question. Can somebody tell me what A is? And that goes to weeks. A is -2, yes. What is B? And that's going to go to Kaiser. What is B? What is B? Clark. B is -5. That is right. And what is C? That goes to Imes. 6. That's right. Okay, so I have to plug in those values into the formula. So that's going to give me a -5 plus or minus the square root of the quantity squared of -5 minus 4 times -2 times 6. All of that over 2 times a -2. What does this simplify to there? That goes to Kleiber. That's right, it goes to 5. Double negative. So I have 5 plus or minus. What is the quantity squared of negative 5 Yantis? 25 is right. So we'll put a 25 in there. And then we'll have minus. There's a minus in the problem, but it could be plus. I want to know if it's going to be plus or minus in that spot, and that goes to Gleam.
Plus.
It will be plus. She is right. Can somebody tell me why it's going to be plus? That goes to Hellier. Why do we use a plus sign? Why do we use a plus sign right here?
There's two negatives.
That's right. You have minus 4 times negative 2, so he gets the point. And then what is 4 times 2 times 6? That goes to Malone. 48 is right. All right, on the bottom, that one is easy enough. We come out with negative 4. Okay, so starting over here, we have 5 plus or minus the square root of what? What's under the square root sign, Anderson? Is what? What is under the square root sign, Hamilton? 73 is right. Is 73 a perfect square? That goes to Johnson. Is it perfect? No, it is not. So he gets a point. And since it's not perfect, then you're going to have to write it out as 5 plus the square root of 73 over negative 4 and 5 minus the square root of 73 over negative 4. On the left-hand side, I have to do 5 plus the square root of 73. What button do I push on the calculator after I type in the square root of 73, Owens? What button do I push on the calculator after I type in the square root of 73? Equal, yes, that is right. So you have to do 5 plus the square root of 73 and then hit equals. That's important because if you don't, you're going to come out with the wrong answer. So you get 13 point something, which you now must divide by a negative 4. And the answer should be a negative 3.4. But now we do the same thing on the other side. 5 minus the square root of 73 equals, and then divide by negative 4. You should get 0.9. The following is a practice problem. The problem is 5x squared plus 4x plus 2 equals 0. On this problem, when you plug in the numbers to the quadratic formula, you should have a negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 5 times 2 over 2 times 5. So we'll go back and simplify and have negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 40. And this will be over 10. When you simplify under the square root sign, you have a negative 24 for an answer. Remember, that is the discriminant that's underneath the square root sign. So your equation has no solution. This is a bonus problem for students who have completed their practice problem and still have time to do other work. How many solutions does this equation have? 0, 1, or 2? Remember, you have to use the discriminant b squared minus 4ac. B squared in this case is going to be 4, and then minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 3. That's going to be 4 minus 12, which gives you a negative number, which means there are no solutions. This is a bonus problem for students that are finished with their practice problem and have time to do extra work. How many solutions does this equation have? 8x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. If you do b squared minus 4ac, it should be 9 minus 4 times 8 times 2. So 9 minus 64, that should be minus, will give you a negative number, so there are no solutions. This is a bonus problem for students who have completed their practice problem. How many solutions does this equation have? 5x squared plus 5x minus 1 equals 0. This should be 25 minus 4 times 5 times negative 1, which would be 25 plus 20. It gives you a positive answer, so you have two solutions. This is a bonus problem for students who have completed the practice problem, so they can do other work. Students not yet finished with the practice problem can have more time to finish. How many solutions does this equation have? Negative 4x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. On the bonus answer, you should have 4 minus 4 times a negative 4 times a negative 3, which would be 4 minus 48. That's a negative answer, so you have 0 solutions. The purpose of the end of class quiz is to measure how well students learned the basic concepts of today's lesson. There are bonus problems for faster students and lottery options for all students. The end of class quiz answers are coming up next after all students have collected their paper from the table where I have photographed each one. The answers are all 2. 5 points each. The bonus is negative 2, negative 12, 1, 2, and 2. The lottery is 7, 4, 7, 3, 4. The following homework assignment is due on the next school day. Students must show all work to get full credit, which is 100 points. Extra points are given for correct answers. Here is the homework which you must work on until the bell goes off. You cannot pack up or bring up calculators or anything else. You must begin. The following is an extra credit assignment. It is optional. Students wishing to earn extra points can try the assignment. They will get points based on correct answers. Congratulations, you have found the YouTube bonus, which is worth 20 points. Try the problem, show all work, do it on a separate sheet of paper. It will be asked for when we bring up the homework and the other extra credit. Thank you for watching this video from my classroom. Homework assignments can also be obtained at my website, which is www.skinnermoney.com.